next stage of our journey is I want to talk about the analysis of the syllabus and how frequently the various areas of the syllabus are tested. Looking at the papers set by Rory Fish and looking at the various topics that have been examined, you've got the death taxes, inheritance tax, which, as you can see across the board there, is going to be tested a lot, okay, especially lifetime gifts. You can see there, right across the board there, it's come up every exam. Death, estate, and all the stuff that, I mean, that is new to P6, which you won't have covered at F6. So trusts, frequently shown in the exam, but not as commonly as inheritance tax. Capital gains, you can see, is always tested. Capital gains building on what you did at F6, so capital gains tax comes up a lot. Basic computations and shares and all the things that you've come across before. Income tax comes up pretty frequently in your exam. Employment income, one of your examiner's commonly tested topics, talking about calculating benefits and also talking about new areas which are share options and share incentive plans, tax-free benefits as well, coming up a lot. Overseas aspects, something that's new, overseas aspects of income tax, something that's new at P6, not in the F6 syllabus, coming up fairly often. Self-employed, again, coming up quite a lot. Self-employed, looking at losses as well, coming up quite a lot. Quite frequently, came up in the last exam. Opening year rules there, quite a lot. Badges of trade came up in the last exam there. We can see question 2. So some of the familiar topics, you know, reappearing. The way that they're presented in the exam is in a slightly different way, but the topic, it should be familiar. You can see corporation tax for companies, basic corporation tax and groups coming up very, very frequently across the board there, practically in every single exam in some shape or form. So very, very, very important. What else have we got? Capital gains for companies and overseas aspects, controlled foreign companies, and value-added tax for companies coming up very, very frequently. Value-added tax, one of the examiner's most favourite topics, coming up to a great extent. And then finally VAT, you can see there on partial exemption, all the, you know, building on what you did before, and then testing you on not only the basics but the advanced areas as well, sort of shifting your knowledge forward. So looking at all the areas of the syllabus. Ethics, you can see there. Remember, that's the only topic that the examiner said will be tested in every single exam. You can see it there across the board, coming up 7 marks in the last exam. Duties of a senior reporting officer was the topic that we had last time. Textbook type stuff. If you've done your rote learning, that's going to be very useful. So, looking at the syllabus and looking at, you know, the topic areas that are examined frequently.